For every entrepreneur who walks away a hero,
And I think what you've got here is a hero.
there's another who gets eaten alive.
You're a get the out of here.
Starting with a man who became one of the most hated contestants in the show's history, Manish Sethi, and his shocking product, Pavlok.
Hi Sharks, my name is Manish Sethi and I'm from Boston, Massachusetts. And I'm seeking $500,000 in exchange for 3.14% of my company.
From the start, his smug pie reference rubbed the Sharks the wrong way, but things went from arrogant to absurd when he revealed what his product actually does.
Meet Pavlok, the first wearable that doesn't just track what you do, but actually changes what you do. Then simply press the button, and Pavlok releases a mild electric sensation that helps you reduce cravings and actually breaks bad habits in the brain.
The Sharks were immediately skeptical, but when Manish turned up the voltage on Kevin O'Leary, the room erupted.
Can you set it higher?
Yeah, I'll do it right now. All right.
Turn it back.
Turn it
now.
down.
Ow, wow, how do you turn it off? I barely feel it.
As the Sharks questioned his science, Manish's arrogance only grew, leading to a direct confrontation with Mark Cuban.
You're such a con artist.
I'm absolutely not. As for results, Mark, more than 50% of our users break their habit in 5 to 7 days.
These are aversion therapy studies.
Aversion therapy studies. So
You can't be that stupid, Robert, to even think there's any legitimacy.
With 4 Sharks out, only Kevin O'Leary remained, seeing a sliver of potential in the underlying science. He made a creative offer, combining a loan with the exact equity Manish asked for.
I'll give you the $500,000 as debt on the company, okay? You're going to give me the 3.14% as equity today, and you're going to walk out of here with a Shark Tank deal.
But in a stunning display of ego, Manish rejected the only offer he had, not for business reasons, but because of his personal feelings.
Mr. Wonderful, like I can't work with you. I would take an offer from anybody besides Mr. Wonderful.
That was the last straw. Kevin unleashed a tirade that would go down in Shark Tank history.
Manish, you're a get the out of here.
The internet's reaction was just as brutal, cementing Manish's status as a Shark Tank villain. This one of the worst guys that ever appeared in the tank. He's the kind of guy that mistreats gas station attendants. The intense backlash followed Manish for years, leading to severe personal consequences that he later revealed on a podcast.
Worst of all, the comments for the next year or two were so negative, calling me scam artist everywhere. I was getting phone calls. Somebody found my phone number and found my mother's address and started making death threats. And it was just a very weird, odd time for me. And so that was kind of the story of how the hate began.
But while Manish's shocking arrogance led to his public downfall, another entrepreneur used his simple charm and authenticity to win over not just the Sharks, but the entire world. Meet Aaron Krause, a humble genius who walked into the tank with an infectious energy and a deceptively simple-looking sponge.
Hi Sharks, I'm Aaron Krause from Philadelphia, and I'm known as the daddy of the Scrub Daddy, the cutest but most high-tech scrubbing tool in the world. Today, I'm seeking a $100,000 investment in exchange for 10% equity in the Scrub Daddy business.
The Sharks were initially unimpressed, seeing just another smiling sponge. But Aaron had a trick up his sleeve that would change everything.
Scrub Daddy completely changes its texture by just adjusting your water temperature. Here, under the 10 pounds, it's soft and compressible, and that's like a sponge. That's for your gentle scrubbing applications. But here, check that out. It's hard and firm. That's going to be for heavy-duty scrubbing applications.
His flawless, high-energy demonstration left the Sharks speechless, transforming their skepticism into pure excitement.
Woo!
Wow.
Scrub Daddy.
I never witnessed a live infomercial.
That was fantastic.
That was incredible.
But not everyone was sold. Robert Herjavec and Mark Cuban dropped out, failing to see the vision. That's when the queen of QVC, Lori Grainer, saw gold.
Well, here's the thing. You've heard me say before, I can tell instantly if it's a hero or a zero. And I think what you've got here is a hero.
Lori's declaration sparked a vicious bidding war between herself, Damon John, and Kevin O'Leary, but Lori was determined to win, making an offer Aaron couldn't refuse.
I think your deal is awesome. The equity amount is too much. Would you consider coming down to 20?
You know what, I will. I'll go to 20.
We got a deal.
But Aaron's success wasn't just luck. It was the result of meticulous preparation and a humble attitude. In an interview, Aaron revealed his secret strategy.
I watched every episode of Shark Tank 4 times, and then I made a flowchart. So the line goes, Mr. Wonderful asked about the valuation, and you answer it like this, and it goes either this way or this way, right? And that one goes this way or this way. And I had flowcharts for all of the sharks and how it was gonna go. And with Mr. Wonderful, they all ended with him telling me he was out. And so I was like, you know what? I'm never letting that happen. And I prepared to never make a response that made me look arrogant.
His genuine and down-to-earth personality instantly made him a fan favorite. What a wholesome, genuine guy. I don't know him, but I feel so proud of him. The deal with Lori would ignite one of the biggest success stories in Shark Tank history. As of May 2025, Scrub Daddy has generated over $1.3 billion in sales, becoming one of the most successful products to ever come out of the show. But not every emotional moment in the tank is genuine. Michael and Jennifer Gallagher appeared with their aphrodisiac bar business, and their cringe presentation made them one of the most hated couples in the show's history. In season 12, the couple opened with an awkward rap song about aphrodisiac ingredients that made the sharks visibly uncomfortable.
Our bars that want to make you have sexy times and do the mattress mambo.
Or should we say the pants off dance off?
And based on our personal experience, let's just say,
these bars work.
Throughout their pitch, they used juvenile sexual innuendos like mattress mambo and pants off dance off, making their presentation feel more like a comedy sketch than a serious business pitch. And when the sharks asked about sales, the devastating truth came out.
So we have sold 500 bars.
How many dollars is that?
A little over $2,000.
I just went limp.
$2,000?
The numbers were far worse than anyone expected. Barbara and Mark immediately recognized the financial reality facing the couple and told them they needed to get jobs for basic financial stability. But Michael stubbornly refused, stating, "This is our full-time job right now," despite having sold almost nothing. After all the sharks declared they were out, Michael became visibly emotional and started tearing up. And even Mr. Wonderful was confused why he was crying.
just tell the story.
But viewers caught something the sharks missed. His wife was caught on camera whispering, "Can I just tell you a story?" to Michael right before his breakdown. Michael launched into his rehearsed sob story about failing Fire Academy due to a brain aneurysm. The timing of this emotional breakdown right after being criticized made it appear calculated rather than genuine. He revealed his medical condition seemingly to gain sympathy after the sharks had already rejected their uninvestable business. Fans immediately recognized the manipulation, with Michael topping Reddit's most hated entrepreneurs list, saying, "The dude started crying because he knew he was about to be kicked off, like full-blown ugly tears for no reason." This couldn't be further from the truth for the young siblings, however, whose authenticity made them some of the most beloved entrepreneurs in Shark Tank history. In Season 10, the siblings, ages 24, 20, and 15, walked into the tank carrying their late father's dream. Their father, Keith Young, was an NYC firefighter and 9/11 responder who had invented Cupboard Pro, a bamboo cutting board with an innovative detachable tray system. He died from 9/11-related cancer just 3 months before his audition. What made the Young family instantly beloved was not only their story, but the way they honored their father. The siblings weren't asking for pity, they were fulfilling a promise. Yet these young adults carried themselves with grace and determination that left everyone in awe. These kids are just absolutely fabulous the way they honor their father. Lot of love there. Eventually, they got an offer from all 5 sharks, each contributing $20,000 for a total of $100,000 for 20% equity. And sometimes business becomes something much more meaningful, which is exactly what happened when the sharks donated all their profits to 9/11 firefighter charities. Within minutes of airing, all 1,700 units in stock sold out completely, and more than $2 million worth of back orders poured in just a few days after the episode aired. By August 2024, Cupboard Pro's net worth had grown to an estimated $15 million. While the Young family's genuinity touched hearts across America, Miles Penn's arrogance made him one of the most despised entrepreneurs to ever enter the tank. Miles Penn appeared on season 7 seeking $2.5 million for 10% of his custom shirt company, M. Taylor. But his condescending attitude and infuriating facial expressions made viewers want to punch their screens. Within 60 seconds of his presentation, Penn took a direct shot at Damon.
Wrong with a one-button round. Now here is an M. Taylor specialty, tucked versus untucked. You won't find tucked and untucked options at FUBU shirts in stores.
Wow.
He just went there.
Not a good way to start a pitch.
As Miles continued his presentation, his smugness only got worse.
Miles, you say, hey, I made a mistake. I'm doing this. I'm moving to China. I did this. The projections are wrong. You're explaining it away. But what bothers me, there's no shame factor at all. Just seems like a party chatter almost.
So
I think I would stay awake at night, worried about what your next mistake is going to be.
I've been worried about China. It's like...
You don't look worried to me. For that reason alone, I'm out.
You know, can't please everyone. Whoa.
Even after showing a dismissive response to Barbara, Damon was kind enough to offer him an offer, but Miles kept rubbing the Sharks wrong.
Well, I don't really like you, but I like the concept. You came in with a little bit of an attitude, but this is all about business. I'll give you $2.5 million for 17 and a half. I want to license it out.
Yeah, I think we have different strategic visions. I'm interested in, for the near future, ramping up our own clothing and then going at a much higher valuation. So thank you, Damon. I really appreciate it, but I'm going to have to decline.
You can always come back and custom tailor this for me if you like.
That's something I think we really need to discuss. We're very focused on the near term, not in licensing. I think it would potentially derail the company.
Viewers were so irritated by his demeanor that one wrote, "His micro-expressions made me want to punch his teeth." And this was no surprise when Penn ranked as the most hated Shark Tank entrepreneur in an article poll.
Please just go away.
Thank you, guys.
Unlike Penn's insufferable arrogance, however, 10-year-old Cassidy Crowley walked into the tank with more confidence and business knowledge than most adults who've ever appeared on the show.
Aloha, Sharks! I'm Cassidy Crowley.
And I'm Lori Crowley, Cassidy's mom.
And we're from Honolulu, Hawaii. I'm seeking $50,000 in exchange for 50% of my company.
Wow.
Sharks, I love to create and invent.
Cassidy explained that she designed the Baby Tune, a combination spoon and teether for a first-grade science fair, after worrying about her baby sister poking herself with a normal spoon. But what happened next was pure magic. This wasn't just a cute kid with an idea. This was a full-blown business genius who came prepared to blow everyone's minds. When Robert asked if she was going to be a superstar at school, Cassidy's response was legendary.
Cassidy, are you going to be a superstar at your school because you were on Shark Tank?
Well, that's obviously not why I'm here.
Oh, even better answer.
She explained she was there to inspire other kids and show them opportunities. That answer alone made Lori fall in love with her immediately.
Oh my God, I love you.
But Cassidy was just getting started. At 10 years old, she had patents secured, manufacturing costs calculated, and FDA-approved production facilities lined up. When the Sharks pressed her with business questions, she didn't stumble or look to her mom for help. She fired back with answers that left grown investors speechless.
You had to change what?
Change the durometer of silicone.
What's a durometer?
Durometer is how you measure the firmness of silicone. For example, if you have something that's a higher durometer...
Who are you, lady?
The audience was obsessed with her confidence, with one saying, "This girl doesn't let them talk to her like she's a baby. She cuts them right off and talks back to them like the knowledgeable and respectable person she is. This girl, that confidence, oh my God, she's so prepared." Kevin O'Leary was so impressed, he offered Cassidy his chair. The Sharks were completely charmed by this 10-year-old who had more business sense than investors twice her age. Lori Grainer immediately offered exactly what they asked for, $50,000 for 50% equity.
Lori, you have a deal.
Congratulations, guys.
But the real success story was just beginning. Within 1 month of the episode airing, sales absolutely exploded, generating over $100,000 in revenue. Then in November 2021, Cassidy secured the deal of a lifetime, a licensing agreement with Munchkin Inc. Lori called it a deal that will take care of Cassidy and her family for a long time. The Baby Tune became $1 million business, generating around $1 million in revenue in 2023.
But no discussion of Shark Tank hatred is complete without James Martin, whose Copa Divino pitch became legendary for all the wrong reasons.
America's first premium
wine by the glass.
The product itself was brilliant, a single-serving, resealable cup of wine. It was a concept the sharks immediately loved.
Wow. That's never been done in wine before, and I grant him that was a good move. I really like your patent.
But it was James's personality that instantly soured the deal. From his first pitch, he displayed a smugness that immediately rubbed the sharks the wrong way. He sweated and stumbled when pressured, yet acted superior by brushing off their suggestions without consideration. When Robert suggested licensing the technology to other wineries, a logical business move, James refused to listen.
Why are we even in the wine business? Why aren't we licensing this to all the wineries?
But the absolute breaking point came when Kevin O'Leary made the only serious offer on the table.
I'll buy 51% of it for $600,000.
Instead of negotiating, James dismissed the offer without hesitation, showing complete disrespect for the opportunity. Kevin's fury was immediate and memorable.
I am going to go buy a $1,000 bottle of wine tonight, and I'm going to drink it because I'm weeping for the opportunity lost. This was your moment. You turn around, it's gone.
But in a Shark Tank first, James returned the following year, not with humility, but with an ego supercharged with success.
Oh, I'm back. Are you kidding me? Thought we kicked you to the curb.
He bragged about his sales growth from $600,000 to $5 million, framing it as proof the sharks were wrong.
We went from $600,000 in sales to $5 million in sales in 1 year. I was right. We were building a brand.
But his arrogance reached its peak during negotiations. While the sharks waited for his response to their offers, James had the audacity to pour himself a glass and slowly sip his wine, playing coy.
He was up there thinking he's the man.
For Mark Cuban, it was the final straw.
It was a lot of money. We were negotiating, and he's like, I'm going to take a sip. And what did I do? I'm out.
After walking away from the sharks twice, Copa Divino went on to earn $12 million a year.
But James's success never erased his reputation. He cemented his legacy as a villain who thought he was bigger than the tank.
I didn't need the sharks. They needed me. The sharks needed me. They needed a really, really successful brand that went everywhere. And they didn't get it because they got greedy.
What James said after his pitch didn't just raise eyebrows. It revealed something about his personality that would go on to define how viewers remembered him for years to come. James Martin is a person you would love to hate. He is, in fact, one of the most despised individuals to ever appear on the tank. While James Martin represents everything wrong with entrepreneurship, others build billion-dollar empires by trying to do some good. This brings us to David Heath and Randy Goldberg, founders of Bombas, who walked into the tank with a simple idea: make a better sock and help those in need.
Our company is Bombas, and we're here today seeking $200,000 in exchange for a 5% equity stake.
For every pair of socks we sell, we donate a pair.
Their mission was noble, and their product was meticulously engineered with 7 substantial improvements over the standard athletic sock. But the sharks weren't impressed. One by one, they began to pick the business apart, with Kevin O'Leary leading the charge.
But I have a question philosophically about this idea of giving something away every time you sell. You have to double your sales to give me the equivalent returns that I get from a company that's not doing the same. $4 million valuation in a total commodity as socks is ludicrous. And I think reality will strike because you guys are still sock cockroaches. You're nowhere. You have no market share yet.
With Mr. Wonderful calling them cockroaches, the other sharks quickly followed suit, crushing their dreams one by one.
I don't think you've done a good job of telling me what it's going to look like and what the key advantage is going forward. I'm out.
When I heard you just now say that you wanted to use the money to hire in people, I hate when I hear that. You are 2 smart guys, and I feel you should be doing everything to run everything that you can. Right now, the 2 of you, so I really don't like that strategy. I'm out.
9 months in, you should not be plateauing. And for those reasons, I'm out.
With 4 sharks out, their dream was on life support. The entrepreneurs were visibly shaken, but many viewers saw what the sharks were missing: 2 intelligent founders who wouldn't back down. I love it when the entrepreneurs are obviously intelligent and argue back with great points. With only Damon John, the fashion guru, left, they made a final desperate move. They cut their valuation in half.
$200,000 at 10%, that gives you a $2 million valuation. That cuts our valuation in half, but we think you can bring a ton of value to this.
This caught Damon's attention. He saw their willingness to fight and came back with a tough counteroffer. After a tense back-and-forth negotiation, they landed on a final number.
$200,000 for 17.5%.
That's it.
You have a deal.
We'll take
So did Damon's bet on the sock cockroaches pay off? As of 2025, Bombas has generated over $2 billion in lifetime revenue. The company grew sales an incredible 22% in the last year alone, becoming one of the most successful ventures to ever come out of the tank. I was in a homeless shelter and found these socks outside of the shelter, the best feeling ever. The best socks I've ever came across, comfortable and durable. I'm a customer forever, no matter the price.